We're going to show you what it's like to live under the sun in St. Petersburg, Florida, the friendly Sunshine City. Even though it's winter, these young ladies can frolic along the beach in the warm Florida sunshine. This recreation pier in the heart of the city is typical of St. Petersburg architecture, a modified Spanish type. Ah yes, more of the lovely St. Petersburg architecture. The girls take to water skis now, and you or I can stand on the pier and watch them skim over the water at a fast clip. Of course, you might find it a bit crowded along the pier and have to elbow your way to the front when these mermaids are performing. And while these young ladies enjoy taking a tumble in the sands of the St. Petersburg beach, less fortunate young ladies are struggling with the ice and snow up north. Brr, it's really cold. These folks haven't seen the sun for weeks. But in St. Petersburg, Florida, sunshine and warm weather can be found winter or summer. Warm tropical breezes make this the ideal winter vacation spot. At Al Lang Field, numerous big league baseball teams play exhibition games in spring training. But a little further down the waterfront, you can watch two of the most unusual ball teams in the world, the Kids and the Cubs. They play softball, and these teams have only one membership qualification. Every member must be at least 75 years old. Can you play ball at 75? Well, these old-timers can. Lots of excitement to be found here at the Kennel Club. This dog track has been in operation longer than any other in the world, and thousands of fans enjoy watching the sleek greyhounds in action. Here the dogs are being led to the track, and John Brooks, Secretary and Treasurer, is there in the background. The dogs are under constant supervision of the State Racing Commission. Dogs are being inspected for the last time. The muzzles must fit snugly, but must not be tight enough to irritate the dogs. Every one of these greyhounds is a thoroughbred and a champion. Now comes the parade past the spectators and judges. These dogs have been trained to chase a mechanical rabbit around the track. A control man in the center of the track varies the speed of the rabbit according to the speed of the dog. There have been occasions when the machinery broke down and the dogs have caught the rabbit. They chewed it up and wound up fighting amongst themselves. The fans come down to the fence and soak up a bit of sunshine as they wait for the race to get underway. The Kennel Club band adds to the excitement as the dogs parade. There they go, back to the starting box, and in a few moments the race will be underway. Each dog has a separate compartment in the starting box, and one lever opens all of the doors simultaneously. Here comes the mechanical rabbit, and the dogs are off around the track. And over the finish line. The end of every race is photographed, and if it's a close finish, the judges ask to see the pictures so there can be no possible question as to the real winner. And speaking of winners, here's the dog that carried this race by 2 lengths. Meanwhile, the fans can see the results at a glance. St. Petersburg, you'll find many interesting places to visit and many interesting people to meet. Of particular interest is the Wood Parade created by Earl and Marion Gresh. Many years ago, this unique exhibit was assembled by Earl Gresh, creator of the Wood Pocketbook. Earl maintains a shop as well as a museum. In this shop, you will find all kinds of wood novelties, such as exquisite wood-inlaid trays. Let's go next door to the museum, where Earl maintains his breathtaking exhibit called the Wood Parade. In the museum, there are approximately 2,700 different kinds of wood on display. In here, you can also see a cross-section of a cypress tree 2,270 years old. And these murals on the life of Christ are the museum's outstanding display. The skilled hands of master craftsman Earl Gresh created these using only wood inlay. Not a drop of paint, stain, or any other artificial coloring was used in these masterpieces. The natural colors of the woods give these paintings unequaled beauty, and the fame of the Earl Gresh murals is nationwide. This is the work of Marion and Earl Gresh. Another interesting wood novelty plant in the city is owned and operated by Lee Heyman. Here are a few glimpses of St. Petersburg, Florida's internationally famous Festival of States Parade. This parade highlights a week of fun and festivity in the Sunshine City. Approximately 100 floats and 40 high school bands from all over the state participate. Traffic count figures indicate that over 250,000 people view this spectacle. Naturally, feminine beauty is the center of attraction on the many floats, and almost every state in the Union is represented. One of the places you won't want to miss when you visit St. Petersburg is Turner's Sunken Garden. Some 200 varieties of palm trees and countless tropical flowers and shrubs are on display. This is a beauty contest held in the gardens. Girls from all over the state are here to compete for the title Miss Florida. The winner then goes on to compete for the title Miss America. My, I'd hate to be one of those judges. They really have a problem when it comes to picking the most beautiful young lady in this group. The Sunshine City is located on a peninsula, and the facilities for bathing and boating can be found everywhere. The city is on Pinellas Peninsula, about 8 miles wide. Tampa Bay on one side, the Gulf of Mexico on the other. Always a breeze off the water. Here in the center of town is the United States Maritime Service Training Station. Also, 5 minutes from downtown is the airport with facilities for seaplanes as well as for land planes. For your swimming or sunbathing pleasure, you'll find mile after mile of beautiful white beaches within easy driving distance of St. Petersburg. Here's the exclusive Tides Hotel. Some apartments just to the north, a wide variety of cottages, bungalows, hotels, and other accommodations are available along these beaches. Naturally, swimming has a high place on our list of favorite pastimes. Winter or summer, the water is always appealing, and our beaches are delightful spots for fun and relaxation. Even the little tots can have a good time along these beaches. If your needs are simple, you don't even need a dressing room other than your automobile, and sometimes not even that. The good name of St. Petersburg, Florida has spread throughout the country, and today this is one of the most popular winter playgrounds in the United States. Here at the Bath Club of the Tides Hotel, we find an aquacade in progress featuring Accent on Youth. These young ladies are only of high school age, but living in St. Petersburg, they learn to swim about the same time they learn to walk, hence their finished performance. The Bath Club plays host every year to many of America's famous swimming stars. And here are some of our future champions. Children start swimming at a tender age down here and soon learn to handle themselves as well in the water as on the land. Here's the star of the show, a little 3-year-old towhead boy. He has a great future ahead of him as a diving champ, if this performance is any indication. This is the front lawn of the St. Petersburg Yacht Club. It's a busy place these days because they are preparing for the famous St. Petersburg Havana yacht race. Some of the sailors are busy working over their sails. Everything must be ship-shape for the race. They spread out the sails on the lawn and examine them for possible flaws. The boat basin is just across the street from the club, and the boats are tied at the wharf, waiting for the race to get underway. This chap has a good view of the basin as he works way up high on the mast. Most of the skippers are all set and are quietly biding their time. The course runs from St. Petersburg to Havana Harbor, and the participants are in it strictly for the glory. The prize, a loving cup and the honor of winning this classic of the open sea. When they arrive in Havana, the participants will be greeted by the President of Cuba, the Mayor of Havana, and many attractive hostesses. In fact, the key to Havana and all of Cuba is theirs. Competition is keen among the skippers and crews of the yachts. Every man is working to get the last ounce of power from his sails. Now it's time for the tryout runs. Last-minute adjustments have to be made before the big race. Coast Guard cutter Nemesis, for many years the ship which has fired the shot to get the race underway. The yachts are maneuvering for position now, and every skipper is doing his best to be as near the starting line as possible when the shot is fired. Large yachts are in from all over the country to watch the start of this great deep-sea classic. There they go. The race is underway. Thousands throng the pier and waterfront to watch these ships go out. There's sure to be plenty of excitement aboard before the boats dock, but an even bigger thrill is in store for these sailors. That thrill comes when they return after a successful voyage and drop anchor in the home port, St. Petersburg, Florida. Whether you're a sailor or not, we'd like to have you drop anchor in St. Petersburg next winter. As we've shown you, life under the sun in the Sunshine City offers you an opportunity to meet interesting people, see unusual events, and thoroughly enjoy yourself. You are cordially invited to come to St. Petersburg, Florida, where you can live better longer.